Behind me, I have got my new air conditioner. Right now it's, I don't know, I guess 40 something degrees outside. In here it's a little bit warmer, it's 64 degrees. So I bought this portable air conditioner for use in the summertime especially, not so much in the winter. The winter doesn't get that cold here in Houston, and I can bear it in here. Like for example, like I said, outside is 48 degrees or something like that. In here 64 is perfect weather for working on the bike without any heat or anything. But this air conditioner that I got here was on special, I guess. So you could say it was, what do you call it, Cyber Monday. I think I got it on Cyber Monday or Black Friday, one of the two anyway. Yeah, I decided to pick it up after a long time looking at portable air conditioners. I wanted a portable air conditioner because the room above this garage here also is where I have my office, and that room is the one that gets probably the warmest. The sun is on this side in the afternoon as well, and that warm room can get a little bit warm. So I had a dual purpose for requiring a portable unit. I was thinking maybe getting a mini split for this garage here, but then I'm thinking, hey, I really don't need to air condition my garage. I've been living in this house for almost 25 years, and I've never really needed to air condition the garage other than when I want to work on my bike, which during the whole summer I can't do, especially because here it gets in Houston, it gets really hot. So during the summer, I'm kind of like, you know, I got to put off any working on my bike until the fall or winter. So yeah, the garage needs occasional air conditioning, but not, air conditioning all the time. Also in Houston, we tend to get, every now and again, we get a storm, and the storm tends to knock out the power. And when the storm knocks out the power, it means you don't have air conditioning. And usually the hurricane season happens to coincide with the warmer months of the year. Which means here in Houston, if you've got no power, then you've got no air conditioning and you're miserable. Aside from the fact that your food can go bad and all of that kind of stuff. A lot of people go with the whole home generating system, and they're about like $10,000. That's a lot of money. Right now you might hear people working on my chimney. I've got a little bit of maintenance work going on. So if you hear any banging, that's what it is. But yeah, the whole home air conditioning solution costs like $10,000, if I remember correctly, ballpark. And so you have this thing installed for $10,000 on the off chance that you get a power loss. It's just a waste of money. So again, if I had a portable air conditioning system that's big enough to cover a room that we can camp out in for the occasional time that we might have a power loss for several hours or days, then to me it makes a lot more sense. But how can you power this portable air conditioning unit? Well, I need a generator to do that. And I also picked up a generator on Amazon Prime Days. I don't know when this video is going to be released, but I did a video of the wind generator that I picked up. Beautiful generator. It's yet to be fully broken in and the first oil change done, but it's sitting right over there. And it's excellent, and it'll have enough capacity to power not only this little air conditioner, I'm sure, but also my fridge. So those are the two main things that I need to have powered if I lose electricity in the house for days. Now I can't remember what the brand name is. It's got some strange brand name. I got this on Amazon for about $400, so not a bad price. And if it's got good ratings and it lives up to its ratings, then I think it's a good value. And for me, I'm always into the value. I'm looking for value always. Not necessarily cheapest, but good value. So it says portable air conditioner, 10,000 BTU, SACC test standard, 14,000 BTU ASHRAE 128 test standard, Energuide 123, 7.8 combined energy efficiency ratio. So that sounds pretty good. The packaging is good. It doesn't look like it was opened before. So comes with some instructions here. And then it says to remove the accessories. Set that aside. And then I can remove this. There's the cord. You can see here, this is the window kit, I guess, where the hose exhausts out of the window if you've got it in a room. This is the back of the unit. I'll flip it around. How's that look? Pretty cool, hey? Well, this is all wrapped up at the top. Very nicely wrapped, well packaged. It's got all this tape on it. Okay, it should have some wheels. And it's got these little small handles here. Some people say they wish it had bigger handles to get it off. Hopefully it'll come out of this foam base without too much drama. Okay, I managed to get the bottom off, and I removed all the packing tape. There's a lot of this blue tape that was on the unit to help keep all the panels and the doors and everything in place. So I've got all that off, and then I just want to show you. Take it from me, there's some small wheels underneath there, so this unit is easy to rotate and to move around. Also, what comes in the package is, as I mentioned before, this window kit, some hose. This hose is for the condensation, I guess. I haven't read the instructions yet, as I usually do with my unboxings. I just show you what's inside the box. This is some foam, I guess, liner for the windows. So there is an installation video that you can watch. This instruction card here does have a QR code at the top that it says scan QR code to watch the installation video. But it's got pretty good comprehensive diagrams here anyway, so you should be able to figure that out. Then on the back side of this card, it talks about the LED display, the air filter cleaning, continuous drainage, and how to store the unit. So that's pretty cool. I think that this card is pretty comprehensive in terms of the directions that it gives for operation of the unit, but probably best to watch the video on YouTube. And this here is the hose for air conditioning function. You attach this end to the back of the unit, and this end goes into the window, and you should be in business. What I'm going to do for this garage is going to be an adventure in itself, because I'm thinking of maybe cutting a hole in my garage door and putting a nice vent to the outside. This is the portable air conditioner user manual. And then there's a remote. Comes with a nice remote and batteries. So this is the remote here. And also in the package, it's got a couple of what appears to be little butterfly screws, butterfly nuts on some screws here. I guess that's probably as a kind of a retainer of some sort. I haven't read the instructions, as I said. But what I'm going to do now is get some power to this unit, plug it in, and see what it sounds like. I don't care so much about the noise. They talk a lot about noise and all of that kind of stuff. I don't care about noise because, like I said, the main use of this air conditioner is in my garage and for occasional emergency use when the power goes out. It's got a 3-prong plug, so well grounded, nice robust cord with lots of warning labels on it. So let's plug this in and see what we got. I put the batteries, ooh, beeping. I put the batteries in the, ooh. Huh. I guess when you first plug it in, it cycles these louvers on top. So that's kind of nice. The batteries are in the remote, and the battery appears to be fully charged. So I'm going to turn it on by pressing the on button. Like I said, I have not actually read the instructions yet. So, okay, I've just turned it on. The vents are opening here now. It says 75 degrees Fahrenheit. It's set for 75. I don't know if it's in cooling mode or not. 40%, and the fan is on 50%. 40% humidity, I guess. Fan speed maybe 2. Okay. Heat. I didn't do anything here. It must have sensed the temperature in here, and it stopped. It made a clicking sound, and now it says heat 76 degrees Fahrenheit. So it's set to 76. I can turn this down. So the up and down arrows on this remote here is turning down the temperature. Like I said, in here it's 64 degrees according to that temperature gauge on the wall there, 65. And it's blowing out warm air. So I guess it thinks it's going to warm up this garage to 75. Let me turn this down to 65 and see what happens. Will it switch off? I've put the set temperature to 65. There is exhaust at the back. So, this is interesting. If I'm to warm this garage using this, yeah, it's blowing out some warm air here. If I'm to warm this garage, I'm gonna have to exhaust this unit anyway because it's exhausting cold air from the back. So what it's doing is whatever air is in the room you've got is exhausting it out. So it's got cooler air in here, so it's exhausting the cooler air out and then pumping the warmer air in. So that's pretty good. So far, it has not cut out yet. I've just reduced it to 64. It still says heat, but I want to see it go off. Oh, I just switched it down to 63 and it went off. So let me just turn it off. I just pressed the off button and I'm turning it off, and at some point these vents are going to close. Okay, it stopped blowing and the vents are closing. Nice and quiet. This unit at first glance seems to be pretty good. Nice and quiet enough for in here, and I think it'll serve the purpose. This garage is used primarily for my workshop on that half, so I've got a lot of junk over there, you know, and this half here is for the car, for my wife's car, and I put that insulation on the garage door, on both doors actually, last year. Did it make a heck of a lot of difference last summer? I can't tell because it was still hot as hell in here. It wasn't keeping the heat out that well. But yeah, I expect that I would be putting it somewhere over there, right? I would be putting the air conditioner in the middle between the two doors. Eventually, when I do need to use this occasionally, my idea is to just roll it over there, plug it in, let it cool, pre-cool the garage, you know, take as long as it needs to pre-cool the garage, and then I can come in here and do my work for however long it takes to do it. And then when I'm done, I just plug it, unplug it, put it away, let the garage heat up back again. So I do have to figure out and how to vent the unit. Anyway, that's it for now. If you found this video useful, give me a thumbs up, consider subscribing, leave a comment below. How have you heated your garage or cooled your garage? Did you put a mini split in it, or did you use a portable air conditioner? And if you did use a portable air conditioner, how did it work out for you? I have no idea how this is going to work out. In the summer, the outside temperature gets to be about, 95 to 100. And the humidity on a good day might be about 50 or so, or 60, but it can get higher than that. Humidity varies quite a lot, but the heat, it usually sticks around 95 for the whole bloody summer. And yeah, how did you find yours working out where you live? Does it get as hot as Houston, Texas? And let me know in the comments below. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.